Thank you. I'm really interested in learning more about how to have the most exhilarating experience in athletics and in my body in terms of relating to my cells. I heard you say something really exciting recently. Sorry, I'm really excited. You were saying that most human beings respond to how their bodies feel, and that we have so much more capacity to tell our bodies, talk to ourselves, connect, and let them know how we want them to feel. And I really am interested in like a higher, deeper, more exhilarating co-creation with the cells, the consciousness of the cells in my body.
Well, we think that's a really good idea, and we know that you will like it as you accomplish it consciously and deliberately. But there's something a little bit backwards in the way you presented the question to us, and so we want to straighten that around, and then off we'll go. And that is, because, well, you're talking about talking to your cells. We just want you to understand that if you can think not about instructing your cells, but about taking instruction from them. In other words, it's not so much about what you're telling them as about what they're telling you, because they are consciousness who is in direct conversation with your source energy. And it is to the degree that you are worrying about things and blocking that communication that makes you then not understand. So the more you are reaching for thoughts that feel good, and the more that you are finding thoughts that feel good, the more rampages of appreciation and lists of positive aspects, the more that that is just a natural, easy, natural way for you to feel as you begin each day, then the less you will be blocking the communication between your cells and their source. Now, we don't want to separate you from your cells, and we certainly don't want to separate you from your source, but we do want to tell the story in this way. Your source has direct conversation and communication with your cells. And if you aren't in the way, it will go really, really well. But your cells are giving you communication all the time in forms of impulses, in forms of craving. But most humans are not allowing their cells to let them know what they need, because, you stupid cell, there's far too many carbs in that thing that you're making me crave than in what I want. And so I'm going to override your request and not give you what you're asking for, because I'm responding to something outside of me rather than something inside of me. So you're understanding clearly. Your cells know what to do. They are brilliant genius. Your body is a veritable chemical factory. It is in concert with itself. Think about the forming of the body. Do you realize that not that long ago you were just like a little smear on a petri dish? And out of that little smear, here you are. Don't you find that amazing? That each part of the little smear knew what it was supposed to do in order to turn out the way you are? Don't you find that just amazing? That's intelligence and consciousness that's going on between source and cells that you don't need to get actively involved in, but you do want to trust the knowledge of these cells, these intelligent cells, and trust the knowledge of the source within you. And then you do your work, what is your work all day long, which is to get feeling as good as you can about anything that you can feel good about, and then follow the impulses that come. And it is our promise to you that you'll be on a path of good feeling, energizing, good feeding, good fueling beingness.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And in athletics, in sports,
we're surprised that any of you, we're interrupting you, but we just want to stick this in. We're surprised any of you can find anything to eat, because you've read something about everything that makes it inappropriate for you to eat. And so you do the majority of your eating in turmoil. So you say, all right, cells, see if you can get anything good out of this, because I've got you as blocked off as I possibly can, because I'm on a path of deprivation this morning.
So in that moment when you're eating, and obviously in between, the cells are working all the time.
But even before that, even before the impulse to eat comes, if you can have prepared your grid, if you can, in other words, do that work and then follow the impulse. Yes.
Okay, got it. When I want to go...
And then when the grid
Yes.
and then when the grid fills in with an impulse, and the impulse feels good as it comes and as you follow through with it, that's your evidence. I prepared the grid. I prepared my culture, my atmosphere, my climate. I did the work. I did the only work that mattered. I've been doing it for a while, so it's easy. And now the impulses are flowing to me. And the recognition that you will have as your cells participate in jubilation with you, that will translate in the form of clarity, in the form of vitality, in the form of energy, in the form of physical well-being, in the form of sleeping well, in other words, oh, there will be so much evidence of the alignment that you have found. But you have to be willing to find the alignment. It's like $100,000 in debt, $100,000 in the black is what you're looking for. Probably not going to happen today, just like you'd like it to, but you can feel well-being. You can feel ease. And so that's what you're shooting for with anything. You're looking for the feeling of ease first, trusting that the impulse will come that will continue to bring you the evidence that you're looking for, that is more striking evidence that then others can see and hear and smell and taste and touch.
Awesome. You answered everything I had on that. And you just tipped on the other thing that I was curious about.